Hey guys, it's your boy Mark with yet another video. This is a TV show thoughts, and I've done stuff like this before with reviewing TV shows. How I will say my thoughts on, because like my unwritten rule that I can only review stuff the year it released, and that includes like if a TV show started and ended in the same, if it ended in the same year, I can do a thoughts on it. And this is not a whole review of the show, this is just exactly what I think of The Walking Dead 2010 to 2022. The show has finally come to an end, and I don't think I've ever watched. I've never watched a full season of The Walking Dead. Honestly, I've watched episodes, and I see memes from the show all the time, and I even kind of like hated the show for a bit, and I probably have to like I'll probably have to like watch like the whole show in order to really get it. I still remember the very first episode of The Walking Dead I watched, and spoiler alert, it was the one thing I really remember was when Daryl, Norman Reedus, when he was looking for his brother, played by Michael Rooker, and eventually he found him, and he was a zombie, and he was all sad and crying. Yeah, I think that was the first episode of The Walking Dead I ever watched, and ever since I've watched like episodes, like individually, and for that reason I probably didn't get a whole lot of stuff out of context. I remember watching that episode where what's her name, Andrea or something, the episode where she died, and I remember like watching that episode like on its own, no context, the whole story, anything, and everyone was all crying and sad, and I was like, am I supposed to be sad? Because like I probably didn't like, I didn't spend that much time with the character, me personally. And I remember this one where Daryl, I think maybe Carol, were like getting food together, and they were like it was like a barbecue thing. I think I just watched that first bit of that episode and I was done with that. But I won't lie, Walking Dead, even though I was never really a fan, really did catch my attention. I think it was 2016 when that whole season premiere happened. The one when Negan, well, it wasn't Negan's debut. I think he debuted in the season finale. Yeah, he would have debuted in the season finale, I think, of whatever the previous season was. And then you see the POV shot of someone getting killed. Then we find out that was Abraham, I think that's his name, the redhead guy. And then later on, Glenn also got killed. And I was hearing about this Negan guy, and I was like, yo, this dude is so cool. Even though he's a villain, that dude was so cool. That whole episode was dang good stuff. Man, and I really like that. And like he's like, and just Negan's such a cool ass character. I mean, I would probably, I think eventually I'll watch this whole show beginning to end, maybe even just for Negan. I mean, even though he doesn't show up till like season 6, I think. But yeah, so this is a show, The Walking Dead, that I've only watched in like small episodes and all that, and I've liked some stuff of what I've seen, but without question, I didn't get the whole context of the whole story one bit. Let's just be for real about that. But Rick's a cool character as well. Rick Grimes, played by the great Andrew Lincoln. And Daryl's cool too. He's always been like a fan favorite character. But I just wasn't into the show. But maybe one day I'll watch the whole thing, because I heard like season 1's amazing. That came out way back in 2010, the year that I joined YouTube. And yeah. And there was another episode too, I think. It was called No Sanctuary? I thought I was like mistaking that episode for like the season premiere Negan episode that I was just talking about. And I remember when like Negan was trying to force like Rick to like chop off his son's arm. He was like begging, no, please, no. And that was in that episode. I remember, I think the No Sanctuary episode started with like, oh, it was pretty gruesome shit, man. It was like, people lined up like near a sink and all that, getting their heads bashed in and then their throats slit, and then like a whole bunch of characters reunited. And I saw like, yeah, I was like very annoyed with like how like some of the fans were with the show. Like, I saw someone say that No Sanctuary was like the best episode of TV ever made, and I'm like, bruh. I mean, I know I watched it in isolation without the context of the rest of the show, but still, man, like, far out. Especially when, at the time that just came out. That is a different episode, right? Than the Negan episode, because I'm a bit confused, but The Walking Dead, I feel like that's all I can really say about it. And I heard that Rick Grimes, like, left the show. And then I think he made another final appearance in the series finale. But that's all I can really say about The Walking Dead. I'm proud of this review. I'm really happy with how this review sort of turned out, actually. Literally my thoughts. But, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm your boy, Mark Sanders. And, yeah. And I hope you enjoyed and all that. So, peace out, y'all. Have a good one.